Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sandstone1337, and today we are doing a video that's basically on how to fly helicopters. As you can see, we have a helicopter here. This is the UH-1Y Venom, that is the AH-1Z Viper, and that is the something J, that is the AH-6J Little Bird. This is a transport helicopter. This over here is an attack helicopter, and that is a scout helicopter. We're going to be going down the line from this guy to this guy to this guy. Or I might go from the transport to scout to attack. I'm not sure. But anyways, let's jump right into this. As you guys can see my controller today. This is basically, sorry for the lighting. Lighting's really bad. This is basically to show you what my hands are doing and all that stuff. So right off the bat, we're going to jump into this thing. As you can see, R3 is your view changer. Your left analog stick, and I should mention this right off the bat, you need to change your heli buttons to veteran, jet buttons to veteran, and vehicle buttons to veteran. What that's going to do is, instead of this being up and down being your throttle, your L and your R are going to be your throttle, which makes it a little bit easier because I learned how to fly on Battlefield 3, which was actually L2 and R2 as your throttle, which I think they should still actually incorporate because that was a lot easier than having these buttons because it was like a differential. That's not my point. Anyways, so this is your, let me get up in the air here. This is your yaw and pitch, and this is your rudder, as you can see. Obviously, your R1 is going to be your throttle now, and your L1 is going to be your decreased throttle. So let's start off here with a simple takeoff. So let me get us back onto the ground. And basically what this is to show you is what it's going to look like. Let me make sure that my controller is set up right. Yep, it is. This is going to show you what my hands are doing while I'm doing something in the plane itself. One other button that I should show you is this button here. The down button on the D-pad is to flare, and you're going to need to know that. Basically, that was your easy takeoff. Just throttle up and point it forward, basically, to get moving. Okay, so that was takeoff, obviously. Next, you're going to need to learn how to do a turn. A turn is not moving your right stick, because all that this does is changes your position. If you can see my map, you'll see that my plane is not turning, but I'm changing my position. To turn the plane, you need your rudder, which will actually turn the plane. What that does is it turns the plane. Can't get any simpler than that. That's a simple turn. So say that you're doing this, you're just going to want to turn, and as you'll see, your plane's going to kind of pop up a little bit, and you don't want that. So while you're in your turn, your simple turn, you're going to want to kind of compensate, or whatever that word is, I'm not sure, I'm kind of stupid. You're going to want to make sure that you kind of keep the plane level while you're turning, so that you don't end up losing a lot of speed or whatever. Next, why don't we work on a landing, which basically, while you're coming in, you're going to want to flare. This is what they call flaring. You're going to want to pop up, and then you're just going to want to easily touch down. That was a nice landing with a flare at the end. You don't always have to land like that. I mean, you could land, let me just get us turned back around here. You could come in nice and slow and, you know, get it stopped before you even come close to the ground, and then you could easily just come down and touch down. Bing. You might bounce every once in a while. That's just not a big issue. Just keep down on the throttle. The reason they call this a transport helicopter is because you can see you have 2 seats for gunners and 2 seats for other personnel. Right now I am the assault class, but otherwise you can have 2 engineers in here repairing you while you're getting shot at. So let's get back up off the ground. Next thing, when you hear a missile coming at you, that noise, you're going to flare. And as I crash into a tree because I lost control of the aircraft. Anyways, point is, when you hear that, you want to flare immediately. So you're going to hear the lock sound. The thing about flaring is do not flare while you're locked. Wait until you hear the missile fired sound. If you flare while they're locked, they will lose lock for a couple seconds, but they'll usually lock immediately right back onto you, and they will fire, and you will get hit because you don't have any more flares left. So what you're going to need to do is when you hear that button, what you're going to want to try to do is say that I'm like over here up in the air getting locked. You're going to try to flare. As you can see, I'm dropping flares, and you're going to want to try to get behind cover because now you've used your flares and you need to wait for them to come back. So you're going to try to get behind cover so that they can't lock onto you. This map has basically no cover whatsoever. I'm not sure if this is an actual multiplayer map. I'm on test range right now. But some places you can go or back in here and they might not be able to get you or whatever. Also, close to the ground is good unless it's a Stinger or a Javelin or such. Those attack from above, but the air-to-air missiles attack from below. So if you are close enough to the ground, those missiles cannot get you. So if you're on the ground and they're locking you, they can't touch you. Next thing is a little more advanced of a turn, if you watch my controller. So you're going to be like this, and you're going to turn the aircraft in the direction you want to go, pull, and use rudder in that same direction. That's going to get you to spin a little bit faster and turn tighter turns. That's what I call an inside turn. An outside turn would be a turn such as this. You turn it in the opposite direction that you want to go, push, and then so you're pushing the aircraft around the turn. That one works when you have a little bit more time and you're kind of out here. Okay, yeah, just going to turn. This turn I find is best with the scout helicopters because the scout helicopter is very fast at maneuvering and such. Scout helicopter is a very light helicopter. This is a very heavy, fat helicopter. As you can see, I'm landing on top of the building. That's also good training, landing in little tiny areas because you will be dropping passengers off most of the time if they don't just bail like a bunch of little babies. So that's basically it for our tutorial today. Make sure that you practice regularly, and I would suggest practicing on test range because it's the best area to practice. Basically because there's no one shooting at you at the same time as you're flying around, and these things spawn in within a couple seconds of them blowing up, and nobody steals them. So test range is the area. It has the word in it, test. It's an area to test your skills and what you can do in areas like that. So try flying this one first, the transport helicopter, the UH-1Y Venom, also known as the Huey. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Next episode, I think we are going to cover one of these two. I'm not sure. You'll see in the video. Obviously, it will be titled. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you next time. This is Sandstone 1337. Make sure to subscribe.